Alright, today's pet spotlight is going to be on the Autumnal Sproutling. I'm using the Power breed. Speed's probably okay, but the Power is a really tanky pet that can also deal out a lot of damage because it has Nature's Ward and Fist of the Forest. It's really quite strong. So he's gonna be a tier 1 pet, but not one of the best tier 1 pets. He just really synergizes well, unfortunately, with sunny day teams. But in general, he's a very solid pet, and I have several other teams that he can really do well in, I think. So let's go ahead and see how this one goes. I'm kind of inclined to start with my Nether Fairy Dragon in case he starts with that Lost Lordaeron. Because I want to be able to avoid that Curse of Doom. I'm pretty sure he has. I think I will start with I'm going to go ahead and go for a Moonfire. I'm actually not going to dodge. This guy might run AoE or delayed attacks. Okay, so there's the Squeeze. That's a general moveset you'll see. But I'm okay with this because this will allow me to kind of do some setup on my other pets. Alrighty. Now, even though this Creeping Fungus is a dot, it does weak damage to the aquatic, I am still going to throw this dot up on him because if I can get a Stampede up, it's actually going to do not half bad damage because Moonlight is up. Also, if he swaps to the backline, that'll be fantastic for me to have a dot on him. So Stampede is up. Let's see how much damage it does. It should be at least 100. Yeah, see? 100 damage. It's really not bad. And I'm going to take a Squeeze here, but that's okay with me. He's getting some strong AoE damage into me, though. That's the real issue I'm having. So I should be locked into Stampede, I believe, for one more turn. Alright, let's go for a Creeping Fungus. Down I go. Not sure if I want to go for Stampede or Corpse Explosion. I want to say Stampede will serve me better. I think getting that extra, basically that Shatter Defenses will put him in a really bad position because I can bring in my Nether Fairy Dragon, hit him really hard while he has Shatter Defenses, or force a swap, which is even better, really, because now he's taken all that dot damage on the back line. Moonlight's refreshed, so there's his flying racial just right there. And let's go ahead and dodge. And I'm going to go ahead and swap, even though I have dodge up. I know, yes, that's terrible. It's probably making y'all cringe. I have to get my heal up because I'm completely wasting my Autumnal Sproutling's potential here. That's okay with me for him to throw that on me. I'm going to be fine just kind of tanking this guy's damage with my heal and really just trying to get rid of his undead racial as quickly as possible. My Nether Fairy Dragon should have no problem taking out that owl. So, let's see if I can do this. I think I've got this. Autumnal Sproutling's really strong at going 1v1 with anything because he just can heal for so much. So, yeah, this looks pretty nice. Close game, but I am going to take this one because I can dodge on the next round, or even if it was higher health, I would be able to proc my racial off of the undead, so dodge just to play it extra safe, and then down will go the flyer. So I have a couple fun teams I'll try with him. This one is, of course, the Infected Squirrel, Nether Fairy Dragon. Fun team to throw any sort of cleanup pet, especially cleanup pet that has strong elemental damage or is an elemental itself, because this combo has this combo between the Infected Squirrel and the Nether Fairy Dragon is a little bit susceptible to how do you call it? Mechanicals, that's the one. So this is running a slightly different build. This will be focused a little bit more on being kind of tanky. so I probably will utilize the Autumnal Sproutling more rather than kind of keeping him on the back line for this team. But one of the advantages that the Autumnal Sproutling has is he can heal for just as much as normal when darkness is up. So using a darkness team with an Autumnal Sproutling is really not a half bad idea, because you can throw up your heal for just as much as normal. Since you're an elemental, you're not affected by darkness for either the hit chance or the healing reduction, and you also have the you have the utility of a 2-round dodge, or I guess technically 3 rounds if you're faster, but he's slower, so it doesn't matter. It's also a decoy breaker, really kind of a nice option in this 3rd slot here to use that. And then these are just 2 Nocturnal Strike users. This is, I guess, technically the only darkness user I'm using, but I am, of course, using the Jungle Beak, which is tier 1. I actually don't have Widget as a tier 1 pet. He's good. He's high tier 2, if not tier 1. I just, you don't see him, so that's the real thing. It's hard to call something tier 1 if you never see it, because you don't know. Does it just look good on paper? Because another pet that looks really good on paper, like, oh my gosh, he looks like he's just, tier 1 for sure, is the Spectral Spinner. He has that 325 speed with a blinding poison, Spectral Strike to synergize with that nice basic attack. But when you see him fight, he really doesn't do that well. Like, when you see him in action, this is what I was trying to say, he really doesn't compete as well as you might think he would. And it's just kind of a bummer. So I want to say that Widget's definitely better than the Spectral Spinner, but I don't know if he's really that much better. I would still say Widget's still just tier 2, but the Jungle Beak is definitely tier 1. He's really, really, really good. So I'm excited to try this team out whenever the queue will pop. Alright, so we're getting a rematch against our Lost of Lordaeron. I feel like I'll do pretty well here. He might open up with the aquatic again. I'm going to assume he will, and start off with my Jungle Beak. If he starts with the Lost of Lordaeron, this is actually okay as well. I'll go for a Rain Dance, Nocturnal Strike. That'll hit nice and hard. Actually, do I want to take a Predatory Strike on my bird? I can heal up later, but I'm also going to be suffering from a lot of AoE damage, so I am going to make the executive decision to swap, and instead of using my my Rain Dance on a Nocturnal Strike, I'll use it on a Spectral Strike for even more damage against that long-eared owl. That went pretty well, actually. Let's go ahead and hit him with this. That way, if he goes for a Predatory Strike, it does have a small chance to miss. Also, it will nerf his Cyclone hit chance. Alrighty, so I don't think I kill him in a pounce. Oh, I just barely do. Great job, Hairballs. Hey, leave my pets alone. Darkness is out. You shouldn't be hitting me. Or you should be less likely to hit me. Alright, do I want to... Yes, I do. I'm going to go ahead and go for a pounce. Alrighty. Definitely an interesting choice running Tidal Wave with that Cyclone, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and go for a Spectral Strike. I ought to die here, but my Jungle Beak ought to be okay. To take out that Bleakwater Jelly still. I don't think I'll lose my Flying Racial or anything. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I chose to bring in the Undead instead of losing my Flying Racial on my bird. So, down goes the aquatic. I'm gonna go ahead and heal, go for some damage. He is going for a lot of AoE damage, which is really, really hurting that Autumnal Sproutling there on the back line. He's actually just gonna die, I think. Okay. I think I might be able to force a draw, but I just don't think my Autumnal Sproutling's doing very well against all of this AoE damage. Let me see, I actually hope he kills me here, because then I can go under on the next round. It'd be smart for him to just go for 2 Arcane Explosions, though. Yeah, that's gonna perfectly kill me. Nice. Alright, well, it's... Oh, wait. Wait. He might survive, actually. Let's go ahead and heal, of course, just in case. He might survive this Arcane Explosion. Oh, 4 health. Great job, Gomrath. AFK for the match, and you still won, so great job. Sweet. I didn't think I was going to win that, but that went pretty well. Here's a Mudshell Conch team. Since I am just running into that guy, I don't know how well this will do. Well, I take that back. I have Sandstorm. Let's go. I'll do fantastic against that Cyclone weak AoE, spammable AoE team. Spammable AoE is garbage against Sandstorm, so I was just kidding. I'm going to do fantastic here. Alrighty, and we have an MPD. We have a little KT and a Pandaren Monk. Not much synergy here, but hey, it's a breath of fresh air. New team to play up against. Autumnal Sproutling will definitely be nice against the mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. So, let's see here. I feel like he's certainly going to start with him, just because he sees that juicy damage from breath on the Enchanted Broom. So I'm going to go ahead, throw up my Nature's Ward. Start ticking away at that decoy, and then if he stays in, he'll take a lot of damage from just the forest. Looks like he's thinking about his move. Alrighty, so he's gonna go toe-to-toe with my Autumnal Sproutling, not even throwing out a Thunderbolt. That tells me he might actually have Bombing Run, because otherwise he should use that Thunderbolt for sure. So this is gonna hurt for sure. He should swap, but he's not. Even without a crit, it's over 1,000 damage. That's pretty ridiculous. So, doing great, Gomrath. Keep it up. Nothing I can do about this one shot if he has Focus Chi, and that I can bring in my magic pet. Actually, I was just kidding. I was lying when I said I couldn't do anything about it. So, yeah, there's the one shot that I was predicting. We're gonna go ahead and throw up our hot, and go Lemon Pledge. Nice. All right, looking pretty good here. Do I want Sandstorm up? I think I do. Now I'm just gonna go for some batters here. Okay, now I'm glad I saved that Sandstorm. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna go for a batter. Yes, I'm gonna take a nice strong breath to the face, but if I get a double or triple, he's dead, and even if I didn't, I had his mechanical racial gone, and he was within kill shot, so very nice job, Lemon Pledge. You're doing great. Let's go for another batter here. If he goes for a Focus Chi, then I think I'll throw out the Sandstorm, because if I can get him to miss... What was that? See that again. See that again. Did you all see that animation? What is that? Come on, Blizzard, you can do better. You can do better. That is garbage. Alright, let's go ahead and throw up our Sandstorm. I've never actually seen a Pandaren Monk run jab. I never realized that the animation was just literally not there. for jab. Alright, well that was pretty fun. Definitely did well. Let's see here. It looks like this is my other team. This ought to do well. I'll be surprised if this team doesn't do well because it is a clone dance, of course. And the Autumnal Sproutling fits in pretty nicely. He's pretty slow already. Reason for the name, of course, is this is a triple power breed pet team. So, it does have a lot of just raw attack power in it. There's really not much health, not much speed, but the advantage I have is I have a flying racial, so a power flyer is really strong because, first of all, it's faster than everything except other faster flyers, and it just hits really hard. So a bit of a glass cannon this Jungle Beak is, but still definitely tier 1. Autumnal Sproutling is just a tank that also is a total cannon. I mean, you saw him do over 1,000 damage to a mechanical if that fits the forest. And then, of course, the Infinite Hatchling really supports these two pets by throwing out Temporal Anomaly. And suddenly, that Autumnal Sproutling basically is a 325 speed pet. I mean, he's not really, but relative to what you're going up against, if you're going up against a pet that is 325 speed or lower, well, okay, if you're going up against a pet that is less than 325 speed and you throw Temporal Anomaly, your Autumnal Sproutling will now be faster. Yes, that's how it works. If he's faster than 325, then your Autumnal Sproutling will still be slower after a Temporal Anomaly is thrown out. But it's just really nice. I think this team will do well. I'm excited to try it out. Alrighty, well, it looks like we're going up against a triple flyer team. I'm pretty sure I've got this one pretty easily. The Infinite Hatchling's just going to be too strong. Because I can take weak damage from all of his attacks. Look at all of those red arrows. That's a sad triple moth guy right now. It's not really triple moth, but pretty close. So, we're going to throw out the Cyclone. Don't really think it's worth it to throw out Temporal Anomaly, but I might, especially if I think he might go for a Cocoon Strike. That would be a nice way to kind of break it. You know what? I am going to, because it will allow my Jungle Beak to be faster than his faster flyers. So, go ahead and swap out. He'll definitely be useful later on, so gonna go ahead and start throwing out that Clone Dance. This is really nice against a triple flyer team because I'll basically take care of all three of their flying racials at right about the same time. So we'll go for a Rain Dance. He might be saving that Cocoon Strike, but there's really nothing he can do to avoid this Nocturnal Strike. I'm faster than him, and if he'd used it on the last round, it would have gotten broken by Cyclone, so pretty good here. Alrighty. Gonna go ahead and take him out before he can attack us again. And nice thing about this Glowing Toxin is it's 6% of my maximum health, and I have a really low maximum health pool on my Jungle Beak, so that's actually a great pet to take that dot on. Flying Racial's already gone on that Amber Moth, and the Ashwing Moth is going to lose its Flying Racial. Meow. Alright, well that hurt. I am going to die. So, we'll go ahead and hit that Ashwing Moth here. There is a Cocoon Strike. Let's go ahead and throw out our Infinite Hatchling again. We will take this opportunity to... We'll Cyclone. I'm fairly confident I can get out both the Cyclone and a Temporal Anomaly, but I kind of preferred a Temporal Anomaly Or, sorry, a Cyclone. Actually, Temporal Anomaly was more important. But it's okay. We're going to take this one home. Clone Dance is too strong for any triple flyer team. Even triple Terror Claw is going to lose to Clone Dance because, you know, you can't utilize, you know, kind of what makes them overpowered. You're just countering. You're countering their flying racial perfectly with AoE, and then you're countering their healing by just raw AoE. So, very fun team. Yeah, I like all of these teams. I'll probably keep them all. This one's probably a tier 1 team. This one right here, I wouldn't call this one tier 1, but it's definitely a strong team. This team is a lower tier 1 team, but it's definitely really strong. And this is just a lot of fun. But yeah, this one might go into my tier 1 teams. I don't know. I'll have to give this one. I might do like a team spotlight video on this team. It's an interesting concept to me to use all of a certain type of breed, or sorry, all of a certain breed of pets for all three. Using all three speed pets isn't a half bad idea, but using triple power pets is a little bit interesting because you're kind of assuming you're gonna be slower than everything, and then especially in the Legion meta, that's definitely definitely an interesting situation to be in because speed is everything. It's you know, going first is really important for most teams. But if you are creating a team that doesn't care about going first, and to be honest, this team doesn't really need to go first. You just kind of throw out some AoE, heal up, do some big nukes, and if you want to go faster, you have that ability with a couple utilities like your Flying Racial and your Temporal Anomaly. But it doesn't really focus on being fast, which is kind of really nice for countering the meta because, you know, it's tough to beat, you know, a Rabbit, you know, Wicked Soul, and then fill in the blank other really, like, Terror Claw. It's hard to beat that kind of team in speed, and so if you just kind of assume, alright, fine, I'm gonna be second, and just don't waste any stats in speed. Like, look how little speed this has. 244, 260, 264. You're not wasting any stats and speed on these pets. You know, you're really stacking your stats on your power, even having maybe a nice health pool. That's really what a snail does, especially well, is, you know, they have a nice beefy health pool, decent attack power, and then no speed whatsoever. Just literally not going to go faster than anything else with that 195 speed. But that's okay, because, you know, if you're going to be slower, you may as well be a lot slower, as I've said before. But anyways, again, huge shout out to Gomrath. Huge thank you very much for donating me this Power Autumnal Sproutling. It's been a lot of fun getting to try him out, and I am going to add him to my tier 1 list. Definitely, he's very strong, very tanky, and can really do a lot. So he's a tier 1 pet, not the best tier 1 pet, but not really that far behind a Terror Claw. Really, the only thing that the only drawback is that, of course, the Terror Claw can go faster and has a dodge. But the same utility applies to the Autumnal Sproutling. You can throw up your hot, take some dots or some damage, whatever you want, and then just swap to the backline and heal. And the advantage the Autumnal Sproutling has over the Terror Claw is, of course, first of all, he can dish out more damage, and he isn't affected by darkness. So it's a lot harder to counter him without just raw aquatic damage, because you can tell. Yeah, I even have, like I showed y'all, the team with the darkness pet on it, and it's, let me see, where is it, Gomrath? Yeah, this team Elemental Master Race is, you know, you throw out Call Darkness, and the whole idea is to be able to abuse the fact that you can heal for full healing just like normal, even while darkness is out, and that way you can exercise your healing while at the same time really mitigating whatever healing you might be playing up against. So Definitely a very strong pet. And again, huge thank you to Gormath, one of my friends who also does pet battle videos. So he does both PvP, PvE, and podcasts, wide variety, while I only do PvP videos. So definitely recommend his channel. I'll leave the link in the description for those of you who are not aware of him yet. Awesome guy. And yeah, that's why my Autumnal Sproutling's named after him. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.